This is my Cyrus amplifier. This is the power supply. And I picked this up just before the, excuse me, just before the lockdown. And cosmetically very rough. And here, I don't know what the light is like. Again, a bit grubby. But I've actually used this. I plugged it in. And it has worked. It's worked fine. But there's one flaw. And let me show you. And this is probably the most common flaw you find in this old hi-fi. And that is, now I can't play music. If I play music, I'll get a copyright strike. I don't want to do that, but it sounds fine. Except that when you plug it in, you only have one channel. And then you have to put a little pressure until the second channel comes in. Now I don't know what this is caused by. I played with the idea of taking this cover off and cleaning all the connections underneath. They might just need it clean. Now this stuff, in my opinion, this stuff has been sitting in someone's shed for 25, 30 years, something like that. And with old hi-fi stuff, you stick it away in a shed or you put it up in your attic or something. And, you can end up with these problems. It might just need to be cleaned. I did think about doing that. But I decided against it because I'm not a professional. And anyone who might be interested in this, they're probably prepared to do that themselves. But, as you can see, they're quite grubby. Obviously been sitting in a shed somewhere. But I've used them for about 2 weeks. I used them with my record player. And it was fine, absolutely fine. A really nice sound. Now these are the speakers that would go with it. Now again, these speakers, they sound fine. Now I've only used them for 2 weeks. And I'm living in a small flat, so I can't pump up the volume. But they seem to be fine. And their emission, what is it? 765. So anyhow, that's all I can really say about these. They're working, good quality sound, no problems. The only issue is, as I say, you plug this up, you plug your record player, your CD player, whatever in, and you'll only get one channel, and then you'll just have to press just a little bit to get the second channel in. And as I say, I used this for about 2 weeks, this unit, and with my record player, and it sounded really, really good, really nice, and I was very happy with it. So if I was keeping these myself, I might just polish them up a bit, and then I plug my speakers in, etc., and it would be fine. It's just that every time maybe you go to change your equipment or to change the phono plugs, you're back down to just one channel and you've got to fiddle around again. So that's that. This is a Philips 9014 valve amplifier. And I picked this up a few years ago. I actually picked it up on the market. And it had obviously been sitting in someone's attic for 30, 40 years, maybe more. And I got it home, tried it out, and it was working, but there was a lot of crackle, and I didn't have the right speakers for it. So I sent this to the what's it called? The Hi-Fi Hospital or the Hi-Fi Doctor here in Ireland, in Dublin. I think it's something like that. The Hi-Fi, I can't remember, Hi-Fi Hospital or something like that. Anyhow, I sent it to them. They gave it a complete service, came back. In the meantime, I picked up a speaker for it on eBay, and it played beautifully. A beautiful, warm, sweet sound. Absolutely magnificent. This doesn't sound good. It sounds magnificent. It's beautiful. It's sweet. Now, the problem is that after I got it back, I used it for 4 or 5 months. And one night I was just listening to my music on it, and the sound just went. Simple as that. I was just sitting back. I wasn't fiddling with it or anything, and the music just stopped. So now I considered sending it back to the Hi-Fi Hospital. I think that's it. I considered sending it back to them and having it serviced the second time, but it's I could have done that, but then maybe 2 or 3 months later it would have broken down again. So I decided just to leave it. But this is a beautiful, beautiful sounding amplifier. Think of all the things you hear about valve amplifiers. Well, they're all true. And beautiful warm sound, as I say, warm, sweet sound. Beautiful. So now it takes 800 ohm speakers. So you'll have to buy 800 ohm speakers for it. You can pick them up on eBay, but they're not cheap. But you might pick up a pair cheap somewhere. Beautiful sounding. Now, as far as I can remember, it's only 12 watts per channel. But 12 watts per channel with a valve amp is totally different to your standard integrated amp. It has a nice, loud, warm sound. It's a beautiful piece of equipment, and I would love to keep it. I'd absolutely love to. But I don't. You need to know what you're doing when you're dealing with valve equipment. And so, now I think it's a Philips 9014. There is a 9014 amp, and then there's a 9015. And they're both the same amp, except one takes only 800 ohm speakers, and the other takes 800 ohm and standard speakers. So this is the model that takes 800 ohm speakers. So that's that. This is a mono valve amplifier, and it works perfectly. This knob needs to be replaced. It's just spinning. But the various channels all work. I've tested them. And I've used this on and off for maybe the last year. Haven't used it a lot. But I played my record player through it mainly. And works fine. I picked it up on eBay a couple of years ago. Works fine. Here's the back of it. It just has 4 inputs. It's got no output, well, apart from the speakers. Now, the one important thing about this is that it requires 800 ohm speakers. That's 800 ohm. You can't use ordinary speakers on this. Well, you could, but you'll just fry it, and it would be dangerous. So, I've got a single 800 ohm speaker that goes with this. But I just have it in an old B&O cabinet, just sitting in it. I haven't set it up properly. So So anyhow, I've got a speaker that'll go with that, and of course, being mono, it only needs one speaker, and there's only an output for one speaker. Just there. So, and I played that, as I tested it. Plays fine. As you can see, it's a bit grubby. Needs to clean up. I don't know the make now. I assume it's German. German or something like that. So, there you are. This is my Mission turntable. I picked this up with the Mission Cyrus amplifier and Naga Oka 110 cartridge, I think it is, as far as I can remember. I like turntables, but I already have two. Well, I've got three, in fact, as well as this. So, perfectly good turntable. Does the job. Does it quite well. Not a lot else that I can say. I could waffle on. I could waffle and waffle and waffle as people do, but the turntable does the job. Works quite well. Needs a bit of a polish. But that's it.